5063 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-587-5063.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this summer with 2 new limited-time-only subs and a new shake flavor. Their new Sriracha Ranch subs feature your choice of chicken or steak, blue cheese crumbles, onions, pickles, Sriracha, and ranch dressing, all on Italian bread, and are sure to make your taste buds dance. And don't forget to pair your sub with their new cherry lime shake. All are available for a limited time only. So order yours today at any location, online, or via Cousin's mobile app for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Ugh, your lunch is still in here from the last day of school? Ugh, everything is rotted.
Let's make our windows.
Ugh, did you learn that from Mom?
Yeah.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
From Pella.
Precisely.
Well, we can't stop the discovery of those rotting surprises you often find at the bottom of your kid's school backpack. Pella's limited lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per window and $78 per patio door. Experience Pella's nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility, featuring dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, and more. With Pella's limited lifetime warranty and payments as low as $35 per month per window, $78 per door, there's no reason to wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard, 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
When I went looking for a place to rent, I wore a mask, but they could still see I'm black. The landlord told me
nothing available.
When I went looking for an apartment, I wore a mask. Obviously, I'm Latino. They said
the place has been rented.
My wife and I were house hunting.
We wore masks, but we're Asian American. And the real estate agent said,
you won't be happy here.
If you suspect housing discrimination because of your race, file a complaint with HUD. Go to HUD.gov/fair housing. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A public service message from HUD.
Here. Catch Galzo and Brust weekdays 4 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
We all know the headlines, and we know the future. But what's really to come in the 2023 season for the green and gold?
Once everybody just gets rolling, gets comfortable with offense, and being where they need to be every play, that the sky's the limit for us.
It's a special State of the Packers on Saturday at noon. Join Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe, and of course Jason Wilde as they take a deep dive into all the latest happenings in Titletown. State of the Packers, live from the Kruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest. Saturday at noon, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel. This week on Repackables, Steve the Homer Chew will join me as we talk about an important game of the 1996 season.
Being chased by DeMarco, far, got away, throws, touchdown!
Packers come from behind victory in St. Louis against the Rams in Week 13. They had lost back-to-back games, and after that victory, they did not trail in the second half for the rest of the season. It's Repackables. Join us Wednesday at noon, live on the YouTube page for ESPN Milwaukee or at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter.
Hey, yeah! This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby!
Do you have an ARP card?
I do.
He does.
Are you 50?
I'm 51.
Come on, dude. I was thinking. I was
younger though.
I'm trying to wonder if it's worth getting, Jason. Is there any kind of?
They give it to you for practically nothing.
What is the ARP card worth it? What can I?
You'll get your $9.
Yes.
In 5 years, you get $9 with hotels. Sometimes it's a little.
Hey,
bit
I'm
cheaper.
asking Jason, pal. You had your
I'm
chance.
69.
What are you, a year older than me? 2 years older
No,
than me?
I'm 55, Jason.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're old. Almost as old as
He was pro at 15.
The Langer, man. That guy's, how old is he now?
65. He's been a pro for 50 years.
Can you imagine a 50-year career in anything?
So I've been doing this 34. I got to do 16 more years.
Hey,
Devil, am I going to make 50 years in talk show? What do you think?
If you're at home talking to yourself, yeah.
What do you think?
I think you'll make it.
You think I'll make it?
Another 16 years?
Yeah, why not?
Devil, you're 100% right. Ain't a chance. Ain't not a chance.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest. This is Homer and Tony.
In perfect harmony. I don't know and I don't care. I'm so depressed. I thought she cared about us. I thought this show was important. So I go on Twitter. Zora Stevenson is leaving. No, she can't leave. She didn't check with us. She's gone. I don't know where she's going, but she's gone in the Bucks end. We loved her and everything. How could she leave without asking us or telling us, Tony? Explain that.
I cannot explain it. We gotta ask it right from the horse's mouth.
Oh, we got Zora on?
That is correct.
You better,
here.
You better talk to her.
She's in the flesh.
What good is it? What good is a world championship if Zora's not here? What's the point?
You're still friends, she said. You're lucky to be friends.
Yes.
Welcome, Zora. How are you?
I'm doing great. You all are my
Great.
favorites.
Clearly,
You know
yeah.
that.
You got the U-Haul going around your place or whatever. Yeah, I'm great. I'm not great. Zora's leaving.
Homer's a little upset right now.
Totally upset.
You have to forgive him. I'm gonna let him
know.
cry it out a little bit while we chat. So what's going on now? What's going on? We already know since Homer's upset.
Well, no, we knew she was going to
leaving.
be special. I had her as a play-by-play as a coach. I mean, I knew she was going to be special.
You had her as everything but president. Everything short of president.
I just didn't think she'd leave so soon. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh.
So Zora, what's going on?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. First off,
Okay.
can I bid farewell to the Bucks and all that? Can we have that moment before we move on? No, I mean, thank you. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity and all the memories and all the stories I was able to tell. I mean, we went through a championship. There was a parade. There was Game 6. And to be able to chronicle that in my role as the team's reporter. I called some games in the NBA. I'm going to look back on this time so fondly and all the connections that I made. We ate at Ted's, and you all were a part of that. And I'm not necessarily leaving Milwaukee right away. I got it's more so a gig I already have, but it's going into more of a full-time capacity with NBC. And I'm really, really excited about it. It's a big deal for me. And so not rushing out super crazy because a lot of the stuff I'll be covering is in the Midwest area. And so that's where we're at.
Go ahead, Homer.
I should feel okay. Did you say to them, I can't take it now? I couldn't be on with the Hall of Famer and Homer like I did. All right. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised. Will you
I know,
remember
is that
who we are?
genuine?
No.
Oh,
well,
my
I mean, do you have peeps yet that we're going to have to call? We'd like to have Zora on. No, excuse me. You don't have to call this number to talk with our peeps first.
No. No.
All right, so you're with NBC now. You've done the Olympics. They've had you do everything. What can you tell us are you going to be responsibilities or duties so that we can then watch you? And is it Olympics more than the Olympics?
It's the same thing that I did Notre Dame football last season.
Correct.
And did USFL. And so it's basically more of what I've already been doing, but not having to juggle it with an NBA schedule, right?
So
go ahead.
So they can have you doing various stuff all year round.
Exactly, and a little bit of everything. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. I'm going to, oh my goodness, so miss the NBA. You all know I love the NBA. but now I just get to be a fan for a little bit, and hopefully I make my way back to the league, which, I love the NBA.
Yeah, you'll be back in the NBA at some point. No doubt about that.
Get there whenever you want.
I know.
You got all the connections you need.
Tony, can I ask her about how much money she's making? Or
No.
is that not rude? Is that rude?
Very rude.
Don't lie like it's her pay doubled. Can I ask her if whatever she
rude.
was
You
making?
can't
any of that.
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
shoot.
Come on,
Dang it.
dude. I know you're dense, but geez.
I know, right?
Come on, man.
But you're still buying next time we go to Ted's.
That's fine. Yeah, because now they'll be like,
He's got a tab there.
they'll be like, I can't believe she still comes here. What do you mean? Like, well, she's famous now. Of all the things you're going to be doing, what do you like to do the most? Of all the different stuff outside of the NBA?
Yeah, it's honestly it's the ability to tell these athlete stories, and it's different capacities. I just wrapped up the USFL, and those are guys chasing a dream, right? Trying to get back to the NFL, and all the things that they've sacrificed and the entire journeys that they have just to continue to play football. You go to the college level, and it's larger than life. I mean, all the resources they have, you could argue some of them are bigger than what the NBA has going on, and it's thousands and thousands of people, in some cases 100,000 people watching these guys on the field, and they're doing it as 18 to 22-year-olds, and the magnifying glass that comes with that. I covered gymnastics last summer, and those athletes are 15 and 16 years old, and the abilities that they have with their bodies, but also their babies, right? I'm going to interview them, and they're kids, and so that's a challenge in itself, and jumping to all these different sports. So I'm just so excited for the challenge and to be on a national stage consistently. That really was a goal of mine, and I'm so grateful for NBC for continuing to believe in me and giving me this opportunity.
Will there be new sports that you can do that they talked about because you couldn't do because of the NBA assignment?
Well, more football, and it's scheduling, right? And football, it's one day, but you got to get there like 48 hours in advance. And sometimes I was doing football calls with the Notre Dame players in the bathroom at Pfizer Forum because they want to do it on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. and the tip-off is right around the corner, and so just being able to be where my feet are and be
what?
present.
Tell me
and all
that
of
again. You never told us about this before. You're doing interviews from the bathroom? What?
Yes, I used to be on the floor of the bathroom at Pfizer Forum because when you're doing a football game, you have interviews like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday leading up to the game. So I'd be interviewing players in the bathroom. I'll be like, sorry for the echo. I'm in a arena because that's the only quiet place. I mean, you're in Pfizer Forum. It's loud everywhere. And so I'd be in the bathroom doing these interviews.
Now, I just want to apologize because if you'd have told me you're doing interviews in the bathroom, I said no. You got to go. You got to make some changes. This is so. You kept that from us. Are there any other things that you were doing that's incredibly weird because you had all these responsibilities that you didn't tell us about?
No, I did a Teams call. I've done a lot of Teams calls from runways. So I'd be on like Zoom in an airplane right before it's taking off, and they think I'm in the air, and I'm like breaking the law, and I'm like, no, we're still on the runway. We haven't taken off yet, and I'd be on the call on the Bucs plane until so just a lot of.
So if I'd have been your agent, you should have had me as an agent, just like Jimmy Butler. I said, Zora, you're not supposed to be doing it like this. This is no. So we're gonna have to move forward to something. This is not. I'm sure somebody said that to you at some point, right?
Well, I think all of us in the industry, we don't necessarily talk about how hard we work and all that we're juggling. I mean, Lisa Byington is always working.
Oh, yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she has a problem. Like, she's the voice of the Bucs. And, she has a day off, and I go, there she is in the Big Ten. Is she attempting to work every day of the year? Do play-by-play. She wants to be the first person to do play-by-play every day of the year.
Trying to get rich.
No, she's...
Right.
She's already rich.
Yeah,
but
there's definitely people that are crazier than me. But
yeah,
I do. I'm a balanced person.
But
right?
she's not doing any games from the bathroom. She's not doing nothing from the bathroom. I'm pretty sure about that.
She might. We don't know. We don't know.
Now she might be willing to do it if they have the cameras up. But I don't think to this point. I think you're a step ahead of her. So when do you start? What's the?
It's kind of I was just doing USFL and. So it's kind of already in motion, but officially at the end of the summer when the Notre Dame season starts up again.
Who's really good in the USFL that if you were a talent advisor for the Green Bay Packers, you would say, look at this guy. Look at this guy. There's somebody I know that you watched in USFL and you went, whoa, this guy's good.
I'll give you a couple of names. Alex Magoo, quarterback. Alex Magoo, quarterback for the Birmingham Stallions.
See, now they got a backup. Now we got a backup.
Magoo?
He was actually in the NFL for a little bit. And, people go in and out. So Alex Magoo, quarterback. If you need a D lineman, this guy named Boogie Roberts from Southern California.
Are these like stage names?
Oogie Roberts?
Magoo and Boogie? Come on.
Okay, wait, you're going to love the last one then. You're going to love the last one.
These are not real names, Zora.
Led the USFL in punt return yards, Isaiah Henney, and his saying is, anytime, anywhere, anyone can get it.
Yeah!
Now, wait. Homer, do you understand that reference?
Of course not. You know I don't. It's a good
Tony,
line with
help
no
him out.
reference. You don't need a reference for that line. That's a good line, anything.
His name is Isaiah Henney, and Henney.
Anytime, anywhere, I'm there.
No.
What's it for?
That's not what it's about, bro.
Isn't it?
No.
Are you both making fun of me and laughing at me right now?
No,
A little bit, because I knew.
Well, no.
I knew you would know.
Henny, man, come on.
Henny.
All right.
Give her a couch just
We'll
to
have to put
spill
him on
Henny
that.
on.
Oh gosh, I don't want to see Homer on any Henny. He doesn't need it.
Well, I want to interview some of these guys. Like, what their stories? Did they played a little bit, or they got cut, or
a lot of different things. Yeah, some of them played in like the Canadian Football League. Some of them were in the NFL, whether as practice players or like third string, and then they get waived, and they have all different stories and reasons as to why they're trying to get back to the NFL.
Well, the Packers are in need of a backup. We're gonna have to talk to Magoo. We definitely talk to Jason about.
Magoo, and he's really good out of the pocket and extending plays. He's really good at that. So he doesn't just want to throw the football. He looks to create too, and he can use his legs. So let's get on that.
Now, what are you going to say to Giannis? It's one thing to leave Homer. It's another thing to leave Giannis. What are you going to say to him when you see him? Practice with us.
I already told him. Yeah, so he knew. And he just said, thank you for everything. He's like the nicest guy. And he said I did a really good job, and that meant a lot coming from him. So, yeah.
How nice.
So you're telling me that he handled it better than I did?
Yeah, 100%. Like, he probably handles, like, most things in life better than you, right? That's
way to talk to him, Zara.
Of course he does, yes.
Way to tell him about himself.
Like, if I was Giannis, I'd have gone up and say, first of all, congratulations, but, like, Zara, we don't count? What? Yes.
No,
okay, Bucks, been nice knowing you. Bye. What?
One less person that's bugging him. He has to get. It'll just be somebody else.
You didn't bug him.
It won't be.
Well,
there's no way Giannis would ever say you bugged him. Do you feel like you bugged Giannis? There's no way.
Just so you know, Zora, Giannis has the power to say, hey, double Zora's salary.
That's true.
Or else I'm out. He could have easily said that.
And you know what?
He wants her to explore and do different stuff.
He's happy for it. They would have doubled it. They would have doubled it.
100% they would. They would have tripled it if he told him to.
All right, look forward to our next gathering. Thanks for the tip on Magoo.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Still check in.
If you want to talk football, anything. I'm still going to be up to speed on basketball. If you want my take, let me know.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Call your people.
What
I'm
we
just
don't?
kidding.
Yeah. Can we get her every week? Can we still get her every week? How badly does she really want to be on the show? Let's press it. Now that you're not with the Bucks, how often do you want to be on the show, Zora? Because Tony's important.
Ask your team.
No. Now we can have you on. We can have you on every week, every other week, once a month.
Wouldn't that be fun? And I'll be in all these different places. We could do a lot of college football talk.
All right. Okay.
Seriously.
Pebble specialty.
So you're saying you still want to be on the show?
As long as we don't talk about Michigan, we're fine.
No, let's talk about Michigan.
Why? They suck.
Are they the front runners right now? No.
Pebble, where's Michigan in terms of the national championship? Georgia's got to be
top
one.
tier with the Georgias and Alabamas of the world.
They're front runners. So get used to hearing about them.
Oh boy, now I got to deal with Pebble.
So we're still going to have Zora on. Oh, baby! All right.
Look at this.
Congratulations.
We just made a deal on air. Okay.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yep.
I saw the ink is already dry.
And then I see, the next time I see Giannis, what, you didn't go to the Bucks to double her salary to keep Zora? The first time I've been disappointed in you, Giannis, in your life.
Come on, Yanni. Have some hit.
Yeah, come on,
Let's
Yanni.
go.
I mean, it's good to hear about Magoo and Oogie and Henny, but it's not as good as having Zora.
Oogie, Boogie, Boogie, Boogie.
Boogie. Oh, okay. I was close. It's hard to hear where it's Summerfest.
Google Henny.
All right.
Google Henny.
Lastly, Zora, congratulations. It won't be the last time that you elevate to a new level, and it's deserved.
Thank you.
And I'm happy that you still remember us.
Thank you. I promised you all that. I did.
Yeah, we've heard that before. That happens, right? Does Magic Johnson call you as much as when you were a teammate of his, Tony?
I didn't call him then. I saw him all the time. I don't need to call him.
All right. Congratulations, Zora, and thanks for coming on.
All right. Bye.
Congrats, Zora. See ya.
Boogie. It's Boogie? Is that who it is? Boogie?
Henny.
I know. Henny's the last one, but it's Magoo, Boogie, and Henny.
Correct.
Got it. Jason Wilde next.
Stay tuned. Packers reporter Jason Wilde has the latest from Titletown coming up next on Homer and Tony here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand. From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantley. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Steven Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Steven, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your weekend celebrations and get a free Summerfest ticket. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Stop in and receive a free Summerfest ticket when you purchase 2 12-packs of 16-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light cans, or 1 12-pack any Vizzy Hard Seltzer or Arnold Palmer spiked half and half. It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us for your free Summerfest ticket and have a happy and safe weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Change the way you do business and take more control of the payment process with Fifth Third Bank's Treasury Management Solutions. Their market expertise and managed services streamline the entire payment process and integrate with your existing systems, giving you more control than ever. With their suite of payment solutions, you will soon recognize new revenue sources that can save time, offset operating costs, and improve the bottom line, all customized for your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is going to be interesting, so pay attention.
Mountains and trees, ducks and hunting dogs, dinosaur bones, meteorites, steel that's carved like the leather stirrups on a Western saddle, Damascus steel, like they make swords out of, carbon fiber, hardwood.
Manly things.
Hardwood. You already said that. I know. I just like the sound of it. Hardwood. It does have a nice ring to it.
Ring. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I got us off track.
Kessler's has wedding bands for men.
Real men.
Made of manly things.
He wants you to wear a big, beautiful diamond so that everyone you meet will know how much he loves you.
Why not insist that he wear something equally cool?
You'll tell your grandkids about the day you went shopping for this wedding band at Kessler's when they ask,
Where did you get such a cool ring? And what is it made of?
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Jason Wilde is brought to you by Boucher Automotive, where we ride with you every mile. 18 dealerships, 15 brands, and thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out at Boucher.com.
Everybody. By the way, we have a new backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Alex Magoo. Guaranteed, whatever you want to bet, he's better than Sean Clifford last week, today, and in the future. Impressive performance and numbers in the USFL. But right now, everybody on the planet Earth should be happy to hear the Packers info from Jason Wilde. We do it every day of the year. We'll give it our best. 94.5 ESPN. Good afternoon, Jason.
Mr. Magoo?
You got it.
Yeah,
we got our USFL expert, Zora Stevenson. First name he brought up. I checked the numbers. They got to sign him. In the playoffs, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. This season, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Quarterback rating 108. You heard it first here. He's better than Sean Clifford yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
All right.
Trying here to help.
You put me in a difficult spot.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's easy for you to say I'm wrong. He was a 6th-round pick of the Seattle Seahawks.
But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that Zora's wrong if I say you're wrong, aren't I?
No, because she didn't say that he was as good as I've said he is. She just said there were 3 guys to look into: Alex Magoo, quarterback; Boogie Roberts, an offensive lineman or defensive lineman; and Isaiah Henney, which they made fun of me talking about, wide receiver. So
here's the problem with the USFL, and I am, you know this about me. I want to root for anybody.
Yeah, it'd be a great story, Mr. Magoo.
No doubt. Including Mr. Magoo. Here's the problem that I have. You know who the best tight end in the USFL was?
Jay Sternberger.
Yeah, does that not give you pause to consider anyone?
That's great you bring. No, yes, it does. However, and you tell that I've gotten information from people that he had some off-the-field issues when he was with the Packers that may have been a factor in why he was as bad as he was. And I don't want to say specifically, do you think that presenting that by me as overselling the issue of his talent or lack thereof, or should it even be brought up?
Yeah, I think, look, guys have issues. I get it.
Correct.
And I actually, I applaud Jace for keeping the dream alive and keeping attempts to take that dream going. He did have, he had an incident where he took some, I believe, painkillers and fell asleep behind the wheel. And
okay.
But I could see him on the field a lot.
You're going in and out. Is that us or Pebble? What's going on? Is that just he's fine over the air? I don't want
Jason's
people
connection, I think.
Okay, should we try again?
It sounds better. He sounds better now.
Nice, sounds
yes.
All right, I'm moving around, but
we're great right now wherever you are.
All right, I will not move another inch. All
right.
So I saw him. I certainly saw him play plenty, and he. I mean, yes, he was a bit of a knucklehead, but I applaud the fact that he's keeping the dream alive, and I hope it works out for him. But I think the only reason he's germane to this discussion is that he is a very close-to-home example of a player who had success in the USFL and obviously was a major washout in the actual NFL. So just be careful putting too much stock into what someone does in the USFL. That's all.
Right. But let me ask you this, though, Jason, about that. Who's the latest bloomer you can remember? Like someone who's maybe struggled early and then they found their way maybe mid-career, after longer than you would like.
So the guy that I always think of, but now there were some issues with this guy as well, is Mike Neal. He was a second-round pick out of Purdue in 2010, so he was a rookie on that Super Bowl team.
Yep.
And he barely played. He also played defensive line. They had him bulked up to 300 pounds. And one off season, he dropped to 260, and they moved him to outside linebacker, and he actually became a pretty good pass rusher. But, and this was one of those stories that, curiously, kind of got, I don't want to say swept under the rug because that would be too strong. But he was the only guy in that whole Indianapolis performance-enhancing drug store that Peyton Manning's wife was getting deliveries from. Remember this? Yeah. And Julius Peppers and Clay Matthews were also, allegedly customers. And yet the only person who really got in trouble for it was Mike Neal. And after that, he was never the same again. So he was a late bloomer, so he fits what you're asking. But then it turned out that he was, at least at some level, apparently, on some performance-enhancing substances, which may have caused him to bloom when he did.
Yeah, he was pick number 56 in 2010.
Yeah, they had high hopes for him, but then.
Well, but I would add, what you're saying also is, it doesn't really happen that often. Is it fair to make that
rare.
comment?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I would say it's extremely rare that. You could be now. Obviously, quarterbacks who sit as backups for a while, and we'll see what Jordan Love is. They would be the exception, but position players Jamon Moore, is never going to become an NFL wide receiver. I don't care what he did in the USFL or the XFL or whatever he played, but he was the first of those three wideouts that Goody drafted in 18. Had one catch as a rookie, was worse than MVS and EQ, got cut during his second training camp, bounced around to a couple of practice squads, played in just about every league there's been. And it just never happened. I mean, they just missed on him. They were wrong about it.
Right. Goody will never admit it.
Worse
but
than MVS?
10 times worse.
Wow.
100 times worse.
Bad.
So what? Goody will never admit he made a mistake on it. But what did they miss? What did they like that was so far off the base?
Well, yeah, I think. I don't want to disparage the guy. He's moved on with his life, but I think they found that maybe his work ethic and his attention to detail was not great. Now, here's a guy that could turn out to be a late bloomer, but again, not because he didn't work hard or whatever else, but because his quarterback basically wrecked his confidence, and that would be Amari Rodgers. It's possible, he had a little bit of production last year in Houston. It's possible that a third-round pick who washed out in Green Bay and had such a crisis of confidence that he couldn't even be trusted to field punts and kickoffs because his quarterback was so down on him. And look, I confronted Rodgers on that, Aaron Rodgers on that. Again, he doesn't have to listen to my opinion, but I did ask him, is what you've done to him and what your answer was when somebody asked a question about him and all he said was, he's returning for us right now, and then he didn't say anything else. I said, is that helping him? I just thought that was wrong. So for those that think I never thought that guy did anything wrong, there's plenty, and that was one of them. But he's a guy that, who knows? Maybe I don't think he's ever going to have a season like Randall Cobb had in 2014, even though he's kind of a Cobb clone. But he could have a decent NFL career now that he's going to be with somebody who hasn't made up their mind that he can't play. We'll see. But look, when it comes to changes in situations, fresh starts, Sure, there's plenty of examples of that. I don't think there's a lot of examples, though, of guys that a team sticks with for X number of years, and then in year 4, the light goes on, and he goes from being just a guy or less to being an impact player of some sort.
But if Rodgers did elevate, that would be a huge surprise too. I mean,
it would be an indictment of I mean, look, I don't want to make a joke about how Aaron disliked him as if he was actually related to him, but it's hard not to, frankly, right? We know his relationship with other people with the same last name. Like, he never gave the kid a chance. And I think
right.
I would not speak for Amari, and I don't know if he would acknowledge this now or not, or if he has a really good season in Houston, if he would acknowledge it. But he was, again, one of those players. And this is my criticism of Aaron Rodgers, and I have no problem. I basically have said it to his face. Like, you've now got, the quote from Romeo Dobbs during the off-season program about Aaron helped me a lot, even though he was barely speaking to me. You've got the Amari Rodgers angle. Like, I would argue that one of the things that if you were around the locker room all the time, the large consensus was that Rodgers is really good at connecting with players and knowing exactly the type of leadership they needed. Like Corey Linsley, I've used this example a million times. Corey Linsley played at Ohio State, played for Urban Meyer. Aaron Rodgers could chew his ass out, and Corey would respond. Lucas Patrick, who played at Duke, who was like a tryout guy in 2016, who earned at the rookie orientation camp an invite to training camp, and then spent a year on the practice squad, but is like an incredible success story. Lucas, tough guy on the field, but a little more sensitive. Needed the arm around the shoulder more than the kick in the ass. And Rodgers, with both those players, knew what they needed and delivered that. I would say in the last year or two, if he looked himself in the mirror and said, did I do a good enough job of doing what I had done for so much of my career, which was really getting to know guys and knowing which buttons to push with which guys, I would say that those two wide receivers that we just talked about, I would say that he didn't really understand either one of them and do what he could to give them the best chance to succeed. On the flip side, it seems that he and Christian Watson actually hit it off really well. And I think Christian Watson sounds like the kind of guy who, and I think, his dad was drafted by the Packers many, many years ago, so he played in the league. Like, I think Watson's the kind of guy that Rodgers could be tough on, and Watson was fine with it, and it worked for him. Like,
Jason, I got one follow-up to that. Since you mentioned that, do you think Jordan Love has the ability to get on someone, to yell at someone?
Yeah, that is the exact question I have, Tony, and I asked him that. I said, because we spent some time with him during the off season, and there was like this series of questions about his leadership style and about how guys could relate to him better because they're closer in age, and he's not the type of guy. He said one thing to me where he said, my leadership is not to attack guys when they make a mistake, which I thought, whether he meant to do it or not, was saying Aaron Rodgers used to attack guys when they made mistakes. Like, I don't think he necessarily consciously meant to say that, but I think that was the implication. And my question would be, and you play in the league, right? Your guy Buck, Magic Johnson, was a leader of that team that you were on. Like, I'd be curious. I firmly believe that you have to be able to do both. You have to know when a guy needs to get his ass chewed or get jumped, and when he needs, hey, it's going to be all right. You're doing the right things. We're going to work through this. And I don't know if Jordan Love, I don't know. He may very well, and I just don't know about it. But I'll be curious to see when a situation arises that he has to chew somebody's ass out if he doesn't. Because that is a very valid question, Tony.
Yes. All right. That's all I got.
Jason, we'll talk again next week. Thanks.
All right,
Remember
guys,
the name. Alex Magoo.
Have a good weekend, Jason.
All right, we'll get the latest from Summerfest next.
You're listening to Homer and Tony live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest.
What percentage is my accuracy on things? I'm close to new
You're
mail.
less than 50.
I am close to new mail.
Trust me.
We need a break.
You're way less than 50.
Tony is back. How long did it take? How long did it take for him to hit his normal level of
Not even a show and a half.
lack of respect for my ability?
Lack of respect.
Next.
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brian, why are you stacking books on the floor?
I want to stand while I work. Standing desks are all the rage these days.
Well, it's a good thing that these desks move up and down. You did know that, right?
What? They do?
Yeah. We're not messing around here.
This is great. Now, only if I had a chair to swivel around in.
Do you just not pay attention to everybody else's desks?
Well, no wonder I'm not getting much done these days.
Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors, the official moving and furniture provider of GKB Milwaukee.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Make your statement with Fast Signs of Glendale. You have an idea, and Fast Signs of Glendale can make it happen. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee works with Fast Signs of Glendale on their vehicle lettering, studio and event signage, and much more. Your company should consider Fast Signs of Glendale with your next custom sign project. Big or small, they can do them all. See their work at fastsigns.com. That's fastsigns.com. Fast Signs of Glendale, proud marketing partner of 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's John Reeds from Great Midwest Bank, and I've said it before. Life happens. For nearly 90 years, Great Midwest Bank has made the home loan process predictable through all those ups and downs. And today, GMB's simple and personalized approach to locally serviced, affordable home equity loans can turn your home's value into cash for whatever you want. Whatever your lending need, it's just a few clicks away. Apply online at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
Standing at the edge of a rocky shore, you breathe in the cool, salty air, watching the sun disappear on the horizon. Across the globe, someone begins their day along a sandy beach, listening to the rhythm of the crashing waves. You each envision a world beneath the water, vibrant life in every imaginable form. Now, imagine it's all gone. What was once a place of wonder and beauty is now a dull, lifeless wasteland. Food, jobs, medicine, all gifts from the ocean, all gone. Time is running out to protect our oceans, and without our love, everything the oceans provide can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our oceans. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy. It's painful concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Just got paid. It's Friday night. Party hunter. Feeling right. Body shaking.
Join Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener. If you need more info on them, you're on the wrong station. Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener will battle Wade versus Dean are champions for literacy. Golf alongside the stars at the Bog in Saukville on July 24th. The event is 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The golf is at the Bog in Saukville, a day full of food, fun, events, and golf while funding local youth literacy projects. To learn all about it and all that's going on the 3 days, including the golf on the 24th of July, wadeversusdiener.givesmart.com.
You're listening to Homer and Tony live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Bud Selig, the former commissioner, now I think he's the commissioner emeritus or something. He'll be on at 3 o'clock. Joining us right now is Scott Zerbel, the VP of Entertainment for Summerfest. And I asked him off the air how many years he's been doing it. And you've been doing it a long. Oh, you have to have so many great stories of all the different musicians you've dealt with, or their agents. But anyway, back to how many years?
Homer's my agent, by the way.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, if you want to get me on, let me know.
Is he pretty ruthless? He's working some great deals for you. You're soft. Yeah. The soft sell sometimes works.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah. If you go in hard, sometimes it's better to go in soft and then blindside him on the back end.
He's mediocre. He's not bad. He's not great. He's not bad.
We can talk about this year because I know that's what we're on, but I'm wondering if there was at one point where you're on the phone going, oh, my God, I'm talking to the agent for this. It's so big. Things so big when you first started.
He's big. Come on.
So,
he wasn't when he started.
So you asked about how long. It's been close to 30 years. I met Mr. Bob Babish, the Vice President of Entertainment. I think he did it since 72 or 73.
Right, he's legendary for getting everybody.
He is. So I remember walking into his office. I was doing contracts, and I was doing all the grunt work for a couple years, and I said, hey, Bob, there's this band called Sister Hazel. They're just starting out. We should make an offer for them. And he goes, well, I've never heard of them. And he's like, how much? And I'm like, oh, it's going to cost you this. And he said, okay, you go make the offer. And the agent came back and said, I need more money. And Bob said, I have a deal. They're putting out a new song, you say. If it's in the top 10 before or during Summerfest, they get a big fat bonus. And that was the first offer he let me make. And Sister Hazel had the #1 song when they came to Summerfest, and I don't know, probably would have been like 96, 97, 98. And then Bob's like, wow, you kind of do know something about music. Maybe we should let you book some more bands. So over the years, I mean, it's been a great ride to be a part of. You've seen the Stones and Paul McCartney and all those big ones, to be carrying the binder, and when Bob was working the deals and being in the room, it was really awesome, great learning experience, and a lot of history here.
All right, let's get to this year because I have like 100 questions for you. Like, you're doing a thing with McCartney and you're saying to the agent, come on, it's not the Beatles anymore. If they're asking for some outrageous amount or the requests that different people have. I'm not saying that's the case, but give people, I know, the update, because there are days left. This is the last weekend, but there's still a ton to be done.
We are sitting along the lake. The breeze is perfect. The sun is shining. It's mid-70s. Tonight we have a stellar lineup. This kid, Zach Bryan, who's become this, I don't know, you can call him country, but he's just a great songwriter in the country Americana space. He's doing a sold-out show in the amphitheater. And on the free stages, our normal...
All right, back to him for a second.
Yes.
A couple years ago, was he a nobody, or you could anticipate that he was going to be this big? What's a little history of him to getting to where he is this year?
It's kind of an interesting process because, we use the word agent. An agent is the person who represents the band. Yep. They call you up and
they oversell their client
all the time.
Yes.
But there's a guy in Nashville that I trust, and he started talking about Zach Bryan. And he said Zach Bryan, when he was in the Navy, he started writing songs on acoustic. He started putting them on YouTube. All of a sudden, when he was discharged, he started selling out clubs and then theaters. And last year, we took a little bit of a chance, and we booked him on the Miller stage, and he packed it. And then we finished Summerfest, and it's very unusual for us to bring back somebody and put him in the amphitheater, to see that kind of a growth. But Zach Bryan's music just spread like wildfire. In October, We booked him, confirmed him, put it on sale, and he's basically sold just about every ticket in the place.
All right, back to this year.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. I mean, the thing about Summerfest is that our goal is to have something for everybody. So we cover a lot of different styles of music. You walk through the gate, North Gate, Mid Gate, South Gate, and you're going to see classic rock. You're going to see Styx playing on the BMO stage tonight. You're going to see a rock
Styx.
band.
Wow.
You remember?
Yeah, I do.
And they sound great. We had them 2 years ago, and like young and old, and everybody's singing along to every song. It's unbelievable. Pretty Reckless, a great rock band. If you're into the meat and potatoes hard rock, they're playing on the Miller stage. Tyler Hubbard is playing over here at USL. He's one half of Florida Georgia Line, so he's gone solo. So you remember the big country band Florida Georgia Line? Yeah, they're huge. So he started.
These are all today, right?
These are all tonight. Yeah, Collective Soul and Soul Asylum. I didn't even think about the two souls together. That just happened randomly.
Wow.
But Soul Asylum and Collective Soul are playing at the U-Line stage. We have a great Latin Music Day, family-oriented, over at the Briggs stage with Tito Puente Jr. and Grupo Nietzsche. So, it's a great lineup.
All right, Saturday.
Tomorrow's Neo. Yeah.
Neo's going to kick it. He's on BMO. He's at 9:30.
Neo is about 5 feet tall. I met him at I was on the judging panel at the McDonald's All-American game when it was here in Milwaukee.
Really?
He was one of the panelists for the dunk contest. I'm not sure why he was judging dunks. He's never dunked in his life. But yeah, and that's when he had first really came out with a record.
I'm assuming a nice guy too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so the Neo is on the BMO stage. We have Walk the Moon on the Generac stage headlining. I'm super excited. We're really proud that we have Smokey Robinson playing here this year.
That's awesome.
Living Legends. He's going to bring this big band, lots of percussion, lots of backup singers. He's going to bring the full show, so we're excited to see
how
him.
long how many years since he's been here?
I don't even know. I have to look back. I mean, it's not in recent times. It's been a long time. Yeah. His agent, we were at a conference and he was talking about how he just been doing these spectacular shows, and obviously everybody knows his music, young and old and everything. So we took the opportunity, got really lucky. So it's a big Saturday night for us. What else we got? Scotty McCreery, country on the USL stage. Fleet Foxes, kind of an indie rock band. Again, something for everybody.
When are you going to get, I missed it, I don't forget, was it last year or the year before, Shaka Khan.
Oh, she was.
Shaka's so good.
Did you see it?
No, I missed it.
Oh.
I know.
I mean, like, everybody who's been doing music for a long time, when you have a legend like Shaka come in, you want the show just to be, you want her to be in a good place, looking good, sounding good, and she delivered on all fronts. It was really fun.
Shaka's incredible.
Talking with Scott Zerbel, VP of Entertainment for Summerfest. All right, the one story, the craziest crowd, or the level of interest of fans was off the charts, or you've got 30 years. You're going to write the book with Babich, and so So I remember it was just
Earth, Wind, and Fire was off the charts,
or you just never saw it coming, and it's just.
Oh, there's been a couple of them. I mean, the Imagine Dragons story. I'm assuming we booked.
I don't know any stories.
Okay, so
I'm zero in music.
Imagine Dragons, great pop rock band who are going to be headlining the amphitheater tomorrow nights. They first played for $200 or something on a small stage one year. Then the next year they came back and they were starting to take off. Their songs were getting big. We booked them in January. They were, perfect for the Miller stage. This is going to be a great show. And this was before all the social media, all the metrics kind of stuff.
Yep.
So we know they were getting bigger. And one of our interns who was really big into Facebook at the time, she said, you're going to have a really big crowd for Imagine Dragons. I was like, well, what do you mean? She's like, well, you understand how Facebook is. That you can put out like a little invite and see how many of your friends are going to go. And she said, yeah, it looks like there's 27,000 people who have responded to go see Imagine Dragons.
27,000.
And I was like, okay.
That's it?
And at that time, we didn't have enough room, or we had all the shows booked in the amphitheater, so there was no way to move them to a bigger space. So we had a huge crowd at the Miller stage. We actually just had a really big big crowd that night across the grounds, and they were spectacular. And even with the size of the audience, that's the one thing about Summerfest. People are happy to be here. They're kind to each other. It's a safe environment. Even when there's a lot of people, everybody get along, and that was kind of an epic night.
Wow,
for
that's
us.
awesome.
Yep.
Scott Zerbel again, VP of Entertainment for Summerfest. Appreciate the time and the stories. Look forward to the book.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the support.
All right, Scott. See ya.
Bud Selig in a few minutes. We're at Summerfest next.
More of Homer and Tony next on 94.5 ESPN. Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spring deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers were able to salvage a split of their 4-game set with the Cubs at AmFam Field, taking down the Northsiders 6-5 in the series finale. After Chicago tied the game in the top of the 8th, catcher Victor Carantini provided the final counterpunch for the Crew in the bottom half of the inning.
And the pitch. Caratini to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Caratini! And the Brewers are back on top.
Yoel Payamps preserved the win with a scoreless ninth for his third save. The Brewers head into a crucial 3-game NL Central Division showdown at home versus front-running Cincinnati before heading into the All-Star break.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Homer and Tony at the Gruber Law Offices Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Yes, we are at Summerfest. Bud Selig in a couple of minutes. We will have Are You a Better Guesser? We'll do that later in the 3 o'clock hour. Discount Liquid Twitter poll question. Should the Green Bay Packers, given his outstanding play in the USFL, should the Packers give Jay Sternberger another chance at tight end? Hell yes. They got nobody. Why would you
They
not?
do have no one.
What?
They do have no one. Yeah. Maybe he's got some confidence. Sometimes
I know.
that's all you need, a little confidence. and now all of a sudden you're a different player.
And maybe he had the same problem with Rodgers that the possibility of Amari Rodgers. I'm not saying that's the case, but how can you not give him a shot? What do you got?
You cannot give him a shot, but I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Again, especially with a young quarterback, tight end is a key position for him.
And plus, they clearly believed in him to some degree to draft him when they did.
They did. Maybe the ship has sailed, though. You know, sometimes
they got no boats in the harbor.
But sometimes you go to a point and then you just say, "That's it. I give up," and it's over. And then once it's over, you kind of like, I don't want to go back there.
I would agree totally. Oh, for him.
I'm saying for the Packers. Like
right.
they see a guy, they give him a chance. He's just not doing what they want. It's not going to work for us. Okay, you go somewhere else. He looks good, but I don't know. You just don't feel like I don't want to try it again.
I think that could very easily be the case. But when you have a change at quarterback like the Packers have had, that alone could easily change.
I'm agreeing. They need everything they can get, and if all of a sudden he's gone, that's why I say if he's gone somewhere and he's gotten some confidence, he could be He could be the player you thought he was initially. Right? Now with the confidence. And with the new quarterback, and maybe there was something with Rodgers that.
And we're clearly willing to try young people. We got no problem. And he's not that young.
Well, he'd be the veteran in there at that position, wouldn't he?
I think he would. Bud Selig, the commissioner emeritus of baseball. I wonder if I'm going to be the talk show host emeritus at some point.
I think you are.
I don't know. I don't know how you get to the emeritus. It means like you're not really it, but you're kind of it. I don't know.
I think you're it already.
All right. Bud Selig, next.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Homer and Tony is coming up next, including the Top 3 at 3 presented by Saz's Steakhouse on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ugh, your lunch is still in here from the last day of school? Ugh, everything is rotted.
Let's make our windows.
Ugh, did you learn that from Mom?
Yeah.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll... Precisely.
Well, we can't stop the discovery of those rotting surprises you often find at the bottom of your kid's school backpack. Pella's limited lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per window and $78 per patio door. Experience Pella's nearly endless possibilities for maximum design flexibility, featuring dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, and more. With Pella's limited lifetime warranty and payments as low as $35 per month per window, $78 per door, there's no reason to wait. Visit PellaWI.com today.
ESPN Milwaukee's Game Nights are here to let you know that now is a great time to attend an exciting, family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country. The second season for the Lake Country Dockhounds is underway in Oconomowoc right off the interstate. Tickets start at just $10 with home games featuring Bat Dogs, Colton Kovu, in-game promotions, a kids area, and more. Go to Dockhounds.com for tickets and game times. Catch Dockhounds baseball in Lake Country, where summer nights last longer. Go to Dockhounds.com to get started.
At Evans Transportation, they love the sounds of Milwaukee baseball. Bats cracking, crowds cheering, brats grilling. And Evans is a big fan of manufacturing runs, both on the diamond and in supply chain management. When manufacturers have accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, they come to Evans. Because just like in baseball, teams who know how to manufacture runs have the best chance of long-term success. Evans in Delafield supports Milwaukee's baseball team. Find them at evanstrans.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hey, yeah!
This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby.
Do you have an ARP card?
I do.
He does.
Are you 50?
I'm 51.
Come on, dude. I was thinking. I was
too younger though.
I'm trying to wonder if it's worth getting, Jason. Is there any kind of?
They give it to you for practically nothing.
What is the ARP card worth it? What can I?
You'll get your $9.
Yes.
In 5 years, you get $9 with hotels. Sometimes it's a little.
Hey,
bit
I'm
cheaper.
asking Jason, pal. You had your
I'm
chance.
69.
What are you, a year older than me? 2 years older
No,
than me?
I'm 55, Jason.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're old. Almost as old as Tony.
He was pro at 15.
The Langer, man, that guy's, how old is he now?
65. He's been a pro for 50 years.
Can you imagine a 50-year career in anything?
So I've been doing this 34. I got to do 16 more years.
Hey.
Pebble, am I going to make 50 years in talk show? What do you think?
If you're at home talking to yourself, yeah.
What do you think?
I think you'll make it.
You think I'll make it?
Another 16 years?
Yeah, why not?
Pebble, you're 100% right. Ain't a chance. Ain't not a chance.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest. This is Homer and Tony.
Yes, we are at Summerfest. He was the commissioner of baseball. I think it's for 17 years. He's now the commissioner emeritus of baseball. Bud Selig joins the program. This is the most selfish interview I have ever done with Bud Selig.
Really?
Yes.
You selfish?
Selfish, totally.
Shocker.
Commish, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Homer. Nice to talk to you. I was the commissioner for almost 23 years.
All right, I stand corrected.
Yes.
I thought it was. Hold on.
I was acting commissioner for 6, but it was really the commissioner. So, but that's okay, Homer.
No, I'll get it right. I will change it in Wikipedia.
What's the difference of acting in the regular commissioner?
It's a great question.
It's an interesting question. They wanted to elect me right away, and I didn't want to do it because I just felt I had other things I wanted to do, but they made it official, but there was no difference. To be frank with you, the first 6 were like the last 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the toughest thing you did as commissioner?
Why didn't you want to do it?
Just working at the
Well,
Brewers.
there were a number of tough ones. Changing the economic system of the sport was clearly the toughest. There were other things like the steroid crisis and others that were very difficult, but changing the economic system that had never been changed, we were dealing with the same system from 1930 on, that was really tough.
Talking with Bud Selig, as I said, this is a selfish interview. I have never gone to the Hall of Fame banquet in Cooperstown because I told Pat Hughes, who I met first when he was not only with the Brewers but doing Marquette games, I said, I'm not going until you get in. I said, well, how do you know I'm getting in? I know you're going to get in. Now, I probably should have gone when you went in, given your kindness to me in many ways, so I apologize for that. But, so I don't know. So what do you want to tell me? You got to be the expert on the Baseball Hall of Fame and all the ceremonies during that pretty much 2 days, I think, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that's right. I'll be there this year for the Sunday part of it. It's really hard to describe, Homer, because I talked to Pat Hughes this morning, and I told him the same thing. You're not going to believe it's happening to you. It's a beautiful setting up in northern New York, tough to get to, tough place to get to. But here you are in the Hall of Fame, something that nobody could ever believe was going to happen to him. I remember, Homer, the first year I went, which was the first, I guess it was about 1996 or 7, maybe even before that. And there you're sitting with Ted Williams and Stan Musial and Henry Aaron and Tom Seaver and Bob Feller and George Kell and Harmon Killebrew and wow. And I know the year I got in, which was 2017, I drove to Chicago by myself when I got elected because I wanted to think about it. And, of course, when I got in the Hall of Fame, it was in Washington, D.C. during the winter. They voted. And, of course, my family was all there, and they all wanted to come. You have to pinch yourself. Because you go through a lot of things. A lot of people are angry and mad, including you, I may add, on occasion. And but all of a sudden, as I told Pat this morning, you're in the Hall of Fame. And it's sort of hard to believe. And to say it was the greatest honor ever paid to me would be an understatement. But and you look around the room, as I said, and I remember one day I walked in with Yogi Berra and Whitey Ford. I was a kid growing up. I was a Yankee fan. Man, you think I ever thought I'd be walking into the Hall of Fame with Whitey Ford and Yogi Berra, and so it's a wonderful experience. I'm glad you're going.
Tough. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where. I think he speaks on Saturday. I'm a big speech guy. Was the speech hard? Was it easy? How do you decide what to say, what not to say?
Well, I went over. I worked on it for a long time with various people, and you only get about 10 or 12 minutes. Now, some exceed that by a lot, which is unfortunate. I didn't. I was going to make sure that I didn't.
Wow.
But you say what's really in your heart at that point. I mean, what a thrill it is, and I said at that time, who could ever believe that a kid from the west side of Milwaukee who walked the pavements dreaming someday of being in baseball would be in the Hall of Fame, and it's true, and so it's the highest honor you can get. I was nervous. Everybody said, "Oh, you're a lock, and I did. I got in on the first ballot, but an unanimous vote, and it was. But they said they're going to call it 4:15, and I know the drill because Jane Forbes Clark, who's the head of the Hall of Fame, would do this with me when I was a commissioner. Call me, tell me who got in, and she said, "I'll talk to you tomorrow, 4:15." It's 4:17, and I said to my wife and daughters, "Well, I told you," and all of a sudden the phone rang, and there she was, and it's I went in with John Scherholz, who's been a friend of mine for years as an executive, and we had Pudge Rodriguez, and let's see who Pudge Rodriguez, Tim Raines, and the Houston first baseman. His name escapes me.
Bagwell?
Yeah, Jeff Bagwell. And they were wonderful. They really were. We had 3 days, but they were all the Hall of Famers. And I'll tell you who was more nervous than I was about me getting in. That was Henry Aaron. At about 4:19, he called himself. "Have you heard?" And I heard Wendy tell him, "Henry, he's in. He'll talk to you in a second," and so on and so forth. And in my acceptance speech, there's Henry sitting right next to me, looking up, and we always tried to sit next to each other, and did. So,
but I mean, it's been a few years, and it still seems really emotional for you. Is it still emotional? It's been.
Yeah, well, it's been 6 years now. It'll be 6 years. Yeah, it is. It is emotional because it's something to live with, and you live as a Hall of Famer. Then you get regular mail, and you do things together, and you get there, and you got to sign a whole bunch of bats and stuff for everybody, and it's remarkable. It's a human experience that very few are lucky to have.
All right, since I have you, a couple of baseball questions. One, they've shortened the game, or you've shortened the game. I don't know how to present it with you. Do you think it seems to have gone so well? Do you regret not seeing this done years earlier?
No, I don't. I tell you why. Joe Torre and Tony La Russa have reminded me many times in the last month. We had this done in 2012. And Rob Manfred confirmed it. Because he helped get it done, but it took us many years to get the union to accept it. So no, I'm comfortable. It's a great thing. By the way, baseball attendance is really up big time. Ooh. And so our fans, I think, are enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it.
I have never convinced you to change your mind on anything, but I'm not quitting. Clearly, you would finally agree with me that the balls and strikes have to be done by the machine. You will still have an umpire back there, but technology is such that it just makes them look terrible, and it needs to change before the start of next season. Again, with an umpire there.
You're right. You're right. No, I love change, Homer.
I know you, but you argue with it for years and years before you change.
You were wrong. You were wrong about 1992. It's getting David Cohn. I want you to remember that.
Yes, you haven't forgotten.
Yes, he's wrong. We got
I
receipts.
don't forget anything.
Thank you.
But Homer, look, change comes slowly in baseball. And I'm proud of the fact that in my 23 years, we had more change than in all of baseball history. Starting with the wild card, which people hated and it was horrible. And like Bob Costa said, it'd be the end of baseball. And well, it's turned out well. Interleague play turned out well. The economic changes, like revenue sharing, really literally saved the game in that time period. And so there are a lot of things. And sometimes you get blamed for things that are beyond your control, but it doesn't matter. That's the life of a commissioner. I have a picture I'm looking at that somebody sent me, and David Stern, Paul Tagliabue, Gary Bettman, and me. And we used to joke a lot about we all got blamed for things we had no control over, but after a while you learn that's part of a commissioner's life.
Talking with Bud Selig.
But I just want to hear more times that Homer was wrong.
Hold on.
Please.
We don't have enough
those
time.
are the important
We don't have enough time for Bud to get...
Homer was wrong about things. I think, if I must say this, and I want to be kind to Homer, although I don't know why.
You must say it. Don't worry about being kind. Just say it.
I hope Homer is more accurate on football and basketball than he's been on baseball.
You don't need to answer to that, Tony.
I hope he's not.
Shohei Ohtani.
Wait a minute. I'm told you're a Homer. I'm just told that you're not.
I know. That's fine.
Yeah, he's not.
You know this, but visionaries are often not appreciated until long after they're gone. Shohei Ohtani, the greatest baseball player since Babe Ruth. Even you, in the history of the game, there's no way you could have expected that there would ever be a player that would do what he's done as a pitcher and a hitter. Agree or
he's
disagree?
remarkable. No, I agree. He's remarkable. It's amazing to watch him. I just hope he stays healthy. I'm sad what happened to Mike Trout, who was a great player, just doesn't have good luck when it comes to injuries. And but Ohtani is remarkable. There's no doubt about it. You watch him pitch; he's unbelievable, and his hitting is remarkable. So, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime, no question.
All right, are you still a man of doing the same thing every day? Do you still do 30 minutes in the morning? I don't know if it's 5 to 5:30 on your elliptical.
An exercise cycle, yes, every morning.
All right, lunch at Gillies.
I do between 33 and 35 minutes every morning.
Between 33 and 35. Well, what determines those 2 minutes? I'm confused.
However, whether I think I ought to do a little more. And
all right, at lunch, Gillies, hot dog, and a Diet Coke. Is that still the same?
Absolutely. I was there today.
Wow. Some things, and there are probably others I've never gotten you to admit. I believe that you're a creature of habit. Many very successful people are, and there are probably 3 or 4 others, but you've never been willing to go with any of the others than those 2.
Oh, that's right, but the fact of the matter is you are absolutely right.
Yes.
This is the first 2 for me to say you're absolutely right.
That is, yes. We have it on tape, too.
I am a creature of habit, no question.
All right, lastly, so I just started doing some work with the Grand Avenue Club. It's a great organization downtown to help people that have mental issues, and they say, do you know Bud Selig? And I go, well, he may not admit it, but yeah. They go, he has just been so incredibly helpful. And so I just wanted to tell you there's so many people that you have never met that'll never get a chance to meet you, and the effect that you've had on them and their lives because of your generosity to the Grand Avenue Club. And I would love to take a group of them at some point to your office so you can watch them smile and some way show how appreciative they are of all that you've done with the Grand Avenue Club.
That would be fine. I tell you how that happened. I had a friend of mine, Marty Siegel, many years ago, and he was very, very into the Grand Avenue Club, and he got me involved. Oh, I'm going to say, Homer, maybe 20 years ago now, maybe a little more than that. And the more I've studied their work and the better it's been. It is a remarkable group, remarkable achievements of what they do. I'm very proud to be associated with them and to do whatever I can to help them, which I do. And so it's because of Marty's efforts that I got involved. Once I got involved, and I'm still involved, you're right. It's a magnificent organization that really helps a lot of people who need their help.
Talking with Bud Selig, back to baseball. What is the best thing about Craig Counsell as a manager?
He's smart, knows what he's doing, studies things well, very loyal. I think it's a common perception today that he's one of the best managers in baseball. Some people think he's the best, but he certainly is one of the best. He's very smart. And by the way, it's a great story because very loyal to Milwaukee, and in this day and age and in this world, that's pretty good. So he's done a terrific job. Look, everybody second guesses the manager, including the commissioner, but overall, he's done a remarkable job. Look, even yesterday, think about this. We lose a heartbreaker Wednesday night. Devin Williams, whom I love, and they get 2 bleeding hits. You don't need to hear all this nonsense, but it's to make you ill. And he gives up a hit, and then of course the error, which was not his fault.
Yeah, the old first baseman would have caught that ball, but just so you.
Well, I think that's right. I think I might agree with you, Homer. But
again,
the fact of the matter is, they come back and win yesterday, and against Marcus Stroman. You got to give a lot of that credit to Craig.
So for people that don't know, because they didn't experience it, that when you did run the Brewers, own the Brewers, that you'd go up in the loge, and the man, Tony, was out of control.
Yeah.
Out of control. What he would say and the energy and the emotion. And would you be better today, or would you still be the same way?
Same way. Same way. I'm a little less now, maybe because of my age, but I watch games. The language is still bad. I pace back and forth at home, or I talk to Mark Antanasio a lot, so we compare notes during games, after games. But no, I'm not much different, Homer.
And lastly, since this happens as people get older, there's no way younger people can appreciate the greatness of Hank Aaron. You have gone out of your way to make sure that he is appropriately recognized in the history of the game. Tell people who are young how great and why Henry Aaron, Hank Aaron, was that good.
Well, I started watching him play in 1954, his first year here. I've often said that I wish people could see him hit in the 50s before he was pulling the ball. I mean, he hit rockets everywhere. I've never seen a greater offensive player, and I've seen a lot of them. And in
Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, and you're putting Hank Aaron above them.
I am. I believe that Henry Aaron, if you look at the stats, and Willie Mays was a phenomenal player. So was Mickey Mantle. So please understand, they were great, great players. But when you're in that class, I really believe Henry Aaron was the greatest player of my generation. And that does not diminish either Willie Mays or Mickey. Mickey was hurt by injuries. And Henry played in Milwaukee and Atlanta, and he wasn't the kind of guy who got a lot of publicity. But if you look back on things, Henry had over 3,600 hits. I mean, it was amazing. None of those guys close to that. Hank Aaron was, in my judgment, the greatest player of my generation.
Talking with Bud Selig, appreciate your time, appreciate your help for the Baseball Hall of Fame, and my first appearance ever in Cooperstown coming up. And more than even that, I appreciate the positive things you had to say about some of my opinions. I'm not used to that. I'm going to need the little couple minutes here to recover.
I got to go back and review. I have to go back and review things because You know what? I was unbelievably kind to you today, and I'm not sure why, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks. I look forward to chatting again and see you in Cooperstown. I'm sure we'll cross paths.
I'll look for it. I'll see you in Cooperstown. Thanks, Homer.
Bud Selig. Not 17 years. Can you believe this? Wikipedia was wrong. They did not count the years.
Why didn't you say thanks to me?
I don't know. We'll work on that.
Just forgot about me.
Next.
This is Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with an accident on Highway 33 eastbound, just east of I-41. So watch out for the delays. It's off on the right shoulder, but still a little bit something to think about as you're making your way through there. Southbound 41, going to be a bit slow. 23 minutes to get from Highway Q to the zoo. A 9-minute backup. Southbound 43 up to 24 from Brown Deer Road into downtown. That is going to be an extra 13 minutes. On the northbound side, we do have an incident at Hampton Avenue off on the right shoulder, but definitely seeing some delays coming up from Locust to that point. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy, showers likely, a low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The big gig is back.
Everybody's happy. Summerfest is back. The weather is perfect.
And so are we at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone.
I think I got in trouble for talking to people. They said I was mean.
Tune in every weekday to Homer and Tony and Scalzo and Brust, who will be broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone all throughout Summerfest.
Greg Scalzo is here! Hey! 1 minute late.
What I just did was miraculous.
Oh, here we go.
Stop by, say hi, and win prizes all Summerfest long with 94.5 ESPN.
Baseball, grilling, festivals, tan lines, and Saz's. Summer in Wisconsin is the finest, and Saz's Statehouse is the place to be. They've been a Milwaukee staple for almost 50 years, so they know a thing or two about summer fun. Enjoy handcrafted cocktails, festival-famous combo platters on Saz's outdoor patio, or cool off with your friends at their famous round bar. Saz's complimentary shuttles are ready to take you to games and concerts at AmFam Field. Get details at Saz's.com, located at 55th and State. See you at Saz's.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your weekend celebrations and get a free Summerfest ticket. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Stop in and receive a free Summerfest ticket when you purchase 2 12-packs of 16-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light cans, or 1 12-pack any Vizzy Hard Seltzer or Arnold Palmer spiked half and half. It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us for your free Summerfest ticket and have a happy and safe weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Homer and Tony at the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hello, Friday. I've been
We are at Summerfest. Thanks again to the Commissioner Emeritus of Baseball, Bud Selig. But, Tony, not everybody was happy with the interview. Sir Dumpy, you're on 94.5 ESPN.
Why was he not happy?
I don't know. That's the
oh boy. What's up,
Sir
Dumpy?
tip I got.
Hi, guys. Homer, you didn't address the most important question you should have asked, which is, does Bud have any regrets about the Tide All-Star game? This is All-Star Week, and you could have asked about if he has any regrets about the Tide All-Star game at Miller Park. Very controversial moment in Bud's career.
Yeah, I could have. That's true. We'll have to get him on. He was so nice to me. I was kind of taken aback. Maybe I got soft. Tony, was I too soft with the commish?
You are. I think so. Yeah, because he was nice to you, so you did get kind of soft.
I did. I didn't know what to do. Sir Dumpy, we'll have him on again, address that, and any other questions that people have, send them to Lake Michigan and put them at the bottom. No. Send her to Homer at ESPNMilwaukee.com. I'm sure the Commissioner of Baseball, Emeritus, Bud Selig, will happy to answer them. But I can give you a tip on this, Sir Dumpy. What was your question again? Does he regret it?
He's gone, but yeah, it is. I
can tell you that ahead of time. No, they'll give you some explanation as to why they had to do it. So, no, I don't. I would doubt there's anything that he regrets as the Commissioner of Baseball. But, yeah, I'll write that one down. Is there anything you regret? Is there anything you regret as co-host of this show, Tony, Hall of Famer?
Nothing I can say on air.
Yeah, there you go. Is there anything that I regret? I think one time I wasn't positive enough about Pebble. We ranked him on 1 to 10, and I think I was a little too low.
You weren't positive enough on a lot of stuff, but
well, then I can ask him if I see him in Cooperstown, Sir Dumpy, just for you, I'll ask him if he has any regret about the All-Star game, which
what do you think he would regret?
That it ended in a tie.
Oh.
I will never forget that game because I was sitting in the right field. The press area was in the right field bleachers.
Yep.
Okay? And Barry Bonds, early in that game, hit a baseball, and it's coming at me, and I'm thinking, this baseball could kill me.
Oh, you weren't thinking catch it?
No, I'm just like this. Here it is. It's similar to our situation here.
Yeah.
And I ducked underneath.
Oh,
and look, totally a chicken. Yes. And if it happens the next time, I'll be chicken again. Because not only is the ball, hold on.
Hand up. Quick hand, fast hands.
It would have busted my hand. And not only that, it's coming at an angle. Like, it's coming like, for me, it was right to left.
Yep.
So I'm afraid that if I don't get down, I might think I avoid it and get hit in the head and die. I thought I could die.
Come on.
And so I go underneath. I'll do it like this underneath. And it hits in front right here.
Yep.
Right in front of me, right below. And Tim Van Voorn, I believe, picked up the ball.
Wow.
He was a little bitter. But, yes,
TV.
totally scared. I thought it was possible I could die. That I couldn't avoid, like I'm standing like this, and I couldn't judge perfectly
but
the degree that it was going to trip. By the one way I knew it couldn't hit me, if I'm underneath the table. It can't get me down there.
What a chicken.
Totally. And I want to emphasize, if it happened again, the way that ball was hit, it wasn't hit like it was, like a normal home run where it's hit up in the air.
Right.
This was a line shot. It was going, I checked, 6,000 miles per hour. That's how fast it was going. So anyway, so if that makes me a chicken, then I was a chicken then, I'd be a chicken again. And then I think, if I'm right, Barry Bonds left the game like the sixth inning. He didn't even stay till the end.
I will play that again. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
You. What
yes,
a chicken.
Yeah. I'm a live chicken. That's the key. I'm a live chicken. I'd rather be a live chicken than a dead lion. I'll tell you that right now. That should be our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Would you rather be a live chicken or a dead lion? What do you say?
I know you're crazy.
I know you're crazy.
You think I'm crazy?
I know you're crazy.
So I probably should, so do you remember the game was tied to the end? No!
All right, what are we doing top 3? Next?
Yes. Top 3 at 3 next, and then we'll also take caller 4. So after we do the top 3 at 3, we will then do Are You a Better Guesser? This is a really good question. You won't like it. You won't care about it. Pebble won't like it or care about it. But I'm glad I got some.
This is all about you.
I got some assistance. Not always all about me, but probably like 86%. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I'd say 86%. Top 3 at 3. And Are You a Better Guesser? Caller 4, 1-800-990-3776. There is no love for Jay Sternberger. Get to that as well. Next.
More Homer and Tony next, live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We have some delays along southbound 41, up to a 23-minute ride to get from Highway Q to the zoo. Looking at a 9-minute backup there. Southbound 43, really heavy from Brown Deer Road into downtown. That's going to take you about 24 minutes, 13 extra. Those delays kicking in just about at Good Hope Road, stretching all the way down past Locust. The northbound side's heavy, basically from North Avenue all the way up through the Capitol Drive area to Hampton, where there's an incident being worked on. Looks like it might be a violator being pulled over off on the right shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy with showers likely, a low of 62. Tomorrow, chance of showers mainly early, then becoming partly cloudy, a high of 74. Traffic is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn. Enjoy a private gondola rides on Okachi Lake now through August 13th. Learn more and schedule your ride at goldenmastinn.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Gear up for a can't-miss week of summer baseball as the Brewers battle NL Central foes in the Cubs and Reds. Monday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 9th. It's a 4th of July week stacked with Brewers action. 2 divisional matchups and fun for the whole family with kids and seniors days. Plus Sesame Street Day at the ballpark on Saturday the 8th. Get your seats at brewers.com/promotions.
This is the year to buy the woman you love a big anniversary diamond.
What's a big anniversary diamond?
A big anniversary diamond is any diamond that's at least twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
A big anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
People are always so happy when they see the price we can give them.
Kessler's has wonderful prices on 1 carat, carat and a half, 2 carat, and 3 carat big anniversary diamonds.
People will ask you about your big diamond everywhere you go.
So big anniversary diamonds are the hot new trend?
It began with men buying big anniversary diamonds for the women they love. But now it's gone to a whole new level.
Women are now buying big anniversary diamonds for their men.
Women are saying 2 can play that game.
I like games that 2 can play.
Everybody likes games that 2 can play.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
D-Wade and Travis Diener are providing a very unique opportunity for a few fans to golf in the Wade versus Diener golf outing and attend the tee-off party the day before for as little as one $10 donation supporting youth literacy programs in Milwaukee. Donate $10 or more at go.cosio.com/golf and be entered to win a trip for two to golf in the Wade versus Diener golf outing at the Bog on July 24th. Winners will also get to go to the tee-off party the night before at Discovery World. Don't miss this chance to hang with D-Wade and Diener out on the course for a great cause.
You're listening to Homer and Tony live from the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone at Summerfest on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are at Summerfest. Thanks again to Bud Selig. It's hard to focus on the show.
It is?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
I'm focusing very easily.
It's the Brewers and the Reds.
Yeah.
All right.
What about it? Are they playing now here?
Yeah, they're starting the series tonight.
Oh, tonight? What time?
Yeah, I think the first game is...
I'm only worried for
7:10?
For traffic purposes. Oh, 7:10? Perfect.
Yeah.
There'll be some tailgaters there when I get out. That's all I'm concerned about is traffic implications. Yeah.
All right.
What else is there?
It's big.
Why?
Cincinnati's the big shock. Nobody thought they were good. They have all these young players. They're playing 3 games. The Brewers are down, aren't they? 2 games back, Pebble. You know, they're 2 games back. All right there. They both won. I think it's 2. Yeah, this is huge. Huge. Big-time series.
Really? Huge?
Yeah, and then after this break for the All-Star, then I think they play 3 or 4 more in Cincinnati. Yeah, everybody should be. It'd be hard to focus on things with the Reds and the Brewers playing tonight.
If you say so, sir.
Right. Okay. It is time for Are You a Better Guesser? What's on the line, Pebble?
Everything today, Homer, because we only have one correct answer this week on our shortened week. That was Mark in Brighton earlier in the week. So if Justin in Cudahy gets the answer correct today, he's got a 50-50 shot at winning the $50 gift card to Mars Cheese Capsule, which we will draw Monday. However, if he gets it wrong, Mark in Brighton taking home the gift card today.
Joining us now is Justin. Justin, you're on 94.5 ESPN. Your resume, please. I know you're a former champion because just about everybody who calls in is a former champion. Am I right?
Homer, you are right. 7 times.
7 times. Oh, baby, that's impressive. And I believe Pebble in the Hall of Fame. You are now tied, correct?
We are still tied. We've been tied for a couple of days now, yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
All right, you ready to go, Justin?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I wish to thank somebody, International Bar Dice Federation, at Saz's today. They knew that somehow they listened to the show that I had only one great dream as an athlete, and that is to be a great miler and run the mile under 4 minutes.
4?
Yeah,
wow.
Which, of course, do you think I accomplished that?
Certainly not.
No, my best ever was like 5:08. But anyway, they said, do you know the guy who holds the world record man in the mile, he set the record on July 7th. Isn't today July 7th?
It is.
Yeah.
7th. Yep.
All right,
7.
so I had to look it up. And the question is, how many years ago? 14, 24, or 34? How many years ago did the guy set the world record that still stands today, and he did it on July 7th? 14 years ago, 24 years ago, or 34 years ago? What do you say, Justin?
Let's hear those one more time.
14, 24, or 34 years ago, the guy who set the world record for the mile, which still stands today.
I'll go with C.
C would be 34. Justin says C,
Yes.
34. All right, and now we get to, I got to check, and let's see. I now have Pebble, who's given me his answer. I got it. And now we go to the Hall of Famer. The record, men's record for the mile, July 7th. How many years ago? 14, 24, or 34? What do you say, Hall of Famer?
Let's go 14. Why not?
14. You're amazing because Pebble says exactly the same. He says 14. The guy, and And Justin says 34. The guy who set the record for the mile, what do you think the time is? What do you think the record is for the mile?
Oh, man, it's got to be 3:40.
What do you say, Pebble?
I will say 4:06.
4:06. Clearly, nobody knows anything about the mile because Ralph Bannister broke the 4-minute barrier, I think, in 1951. The record is set by, I don't know if the name is Hisham El Gerdemand, whatever. 3:43. 3:43.
I said 3:40.
I know, you were very close. You almost nailed it. You get total credit.
What are you talking about?
I didn't say you were wrong. I just
you said it was like we were far off.
No, I meant he was far off.
Oh.
Not you. Ralph, I think it's Ralph. What was Bannister's first name? I think he broke the 4-minute mile in 1947. But anyway, this was done. The record of 3:43 in 1999, 24 years ago. Pebble is wrong at 14. The Hall of Famer is wrong at 14. And sadly, Justin was wrong at 34. It was 24 years ago. In 19, that's amazing that nobody's broken it. They must not care about the mile
anymore.
Heck
of a time.
Come on, that's.
So that means Mark and Brighton take some of the $50 gift card to Mars Cheese Castle.
Congratulations, Mark.
He beat my best by 1:07. Mine was 4:50.
You ran 4:50?
Yeah.
Could you do everything? Do you have a shot put record?
No, I do not have a shot put record. I did not do shot put.
When did you run a mile?
We had miles for conditioning, yeah.
Did anybody ever beat you? There's no way.
I mean, I don't know. I had the.
You did it all separately? You didn't do it as a group?
Well, we didn't run it. It was conditioning. So what they would do, we do conditioning in the gym, and after a while, they set a time for you to make.
Oh,
they set mine at 4:50.
They said you had to run a mile in less than 4:50? They're insane. That is so mean.
At that time I didn't really know. I was like, okay, I think I can make it.
They told me the late George Thompson, when he was a freshman, whatever, at Marquette, they made him go outside to run a mile. He ran a lap and said, "I quit.
I'm out.
I'm done."
Oh yeah, it was
do
ugly.
whatever you want.
It was not fun.
Oh no!
This was full out sprint the entire time.
Yeah, the percentage of people that run a mile under 5 minutes is incredibly small.
Oh,
I would have thought
I was running for my life.
I know. Well, no, I would have thought it'd be like 6 minutes.
No,
that's good. If you go under 6 minutes, that's still fine.
Well, now, let me just tell you. First of all, they said it at 4:50 because they probably didn't think I could make it. The idea was to keep you running, conditioning every Saturday.
I would have bet against you.
Yeah, they try to make it like so you have to do it every Saturday.
That's still mean.
So, because after you make your time, you don't have to run anymore.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I made it the first week.
Well,
I'm out.
Yeah, that is an incredible credit to how good they must have thought you were. To have to.
Yeah, they said it.
I could have given him a time.
Well, you know what I was keeping up with? I was keeping up our little manager, Steve O'Brien. You remember Stevie O?
I do.
Little guy? Yeah. He was a cross country runner.
Well, then
so he ran it easy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he ran it easy.
I wouldn't say he ran it easy.
Yeah, but he made it. I mean, he was the pace dog. He was pacing.
He was the rabbit.
Yeah, he was the rabbit.
God, they were mean to you. That is not
rude.
nice. The top 3 at 3 and one call, that's all. Next.
Full show podcast, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Football Guy.
If that is the case, Tuesday is amazing because you get a free bonus square day off.
Football Guy.
Why is the Friday after Thanksgiving off, but the day before our independence isn't off?
Coming at it from different views. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Myron Metcalf.
What is unhappy Damian Lillard, right? Like, so he's going to make $50 million a year for the next 4 years. Like, what do you mean unhappy? Is he like everybody sitting at the lunch table and Dame takes his plate and goes to the corner and turns his back to the team? Like, what is unhappy Dame? It's weird to me because, yes, ideally, if you trade for Dame, you want him to be excited about playing for you. Like, no one wants a disgruntled superstar. At the same time, this almost sounds like a threat to me, like against the Blazers. Like, if you don't listen to this guy and give him to Miami, it's not going to work out in your favor. But if I'm the Blazers, no matter what Dame has done for my franchise, I'm going to be selfish because I have to go forward with this team without him. My number one goal can't be trying to accommodate Dame Lillard, but I just don't know when people say unhappy Dame, I'm like, is he not going to participate in the group chat?
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I lived alone and was having problems with my landlord. He's a creep. One night I'm watching TV and I hear my landlord letting himself in. Hey, get out. You can't keep coming in.
I'm just here to fix your fridge and spend some time together.
Get out. I'm reporting you.
Don't make a federal case of it.
A federal case? Sexual harassment in housing is against federal law. If you are harassed, file a complaint with HUD. Go to HUD.gov/fair housing. If you fear for your safety, call 911. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
I was born in a city.
Again at Summerfest. Remember everything you can, not only just this show, any interviews, everything. WisconsinOnDemand.com. I think that's the easiest and best way to do it. WisconsinOnDemand.com. You can follow everything live. You can, of course, also watch on YouTube if you want to view. But just WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whatever you need, past, present, can't do future yet. That's where you go. And today, again, want to thank Bud Selig for taking some time and for saying, for the first time ever, nice things about my opinions. He's coming around. Like I said, when you're a visionary, it takes a little time. Our Discount Leaguer Twitter poll question, tight end Jay Sternberger has played well in the USFL. 33 receptions, 517 yards, 7 touchdowns. Should the Packers give him a second chance? 44% say no. 44% say yes. 56% say no. How can you be that mean? Like, why would you not give him another chance? Who do they have that you're so excited about that you wouldn't see? You wouldn't want him to come back and see how well he might play. There's no way there can be anybody. I mean, they have the rookies that you're that excited about. Oh, this guy's going to be really good. No, nobody knows that anybody's going to be really good. Plus, I would certainly do it if I was Goody, because if I believed he was that good, then it'd give me a chance. Maybe I was right. I mean, I don't. I thought for sure the percentages would be much better than that. And as I said about the series, I mean, this is the biggest series of the season so far for the Brewers. I mean, they play a gazillion games, so it's not like anything is so important that there couldn't be a more important one after the All-Star game. But there's nobody that thought that the Reds would be that good, and they got some great young players, and so just be exciting to see how the Brewers do. And Yelich is now playing better. Not to the level that when he was an All-Star, but the closest since then. The Hall of Famer Tony Smith was determined to get me an ice cream cone. I don't know why. Like I said, no, I don't need an ice cream cone. And he was like, so sure, I'll take an ice cream cone. I don't know where he is. I don't even know here at the Summerfest where they have ice cream cones near here. He was just determined to do it because we have the top three, and then what else do we have, Pebble? We got one call, that's all. We can't do either of those things without him, right?
Right. Doesn't he know he has a job to do? It's not time to get ice cream right now.
No, he does not have a job to do. When you're a Hall of Famer, yeah, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. I didn't even get to your audio and look at the audio that you had for today. What, you have something on the list we can fill with that until he comes back? What do we got? I didn't even look because I knew we had Bud Selig and we were talking about Summerfest.
I just got a couple from Matt Schneidman yesterday talking about the Packers making the playoffs.
Yes, 10-7.
Team strengths and not because of Jordan.
Yes, and I just want his name is Matt Schneidman. He writes for The Athletic, but his name is 10-7. That's what he believes the Packers will be. And I want to be the first one. They win 10 games. Of course, I win my bet with Tony, but that will be an incredible prediction. And if you pick them to win 10 and they win 10 or more, it's an incredible prediction. I'll give you credit because I could probably look up how much money you would make. You bet 100 on the Packers to win 10 games and they win 10 or more. I'll have to check. It's got to be like $700-800. Somebody can look that up. That's the first comment on gambling today, isn't it, Pebble? This is an all-time record.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. No, so I'll give you all the credit. I'm not at 10. I'm at 7. Hall of Famers at 6. Pebble's the most positive at 8. 8, 10, and 7. So if you want to get massive amounts of credit for a prediction, that's fine. Then you'll also risk going, the hell were you thinking? All right, to Matt Schneidman and his explanation as to why he believes they're going to be, not could be, they're going to be that good.
If the Packers make the playoffs, and I think they're going to go 10-7 and make the playoffs, the reasons being are because Rashawn Gary's healthy and their pass rush got home, and because they let the running game work with arguably the best offensive line in football. So if we're sitting here a couple months from now and say, why are the Packers in the playoffs? Why did they win the division even maybe? I don't think we're sitting here saying, oh, it's because Jordan Love threw for 45 touchdowns and only had 6 interceptions. I think it's because Jordan Love played well, but the Packers leaned into their strengths.
Arguably the best offensive line in football. I didn't debate 10-7 over that because I don't follow the offensive lines that well to know. Pebble, do you think the Packers have the best offensive line in football? I would just say no, but I don't have an answer as to who does.
I think their left side's very good. I don't know about their right side, though.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard that many people say that. Have you? I
have not, no.
That was a first for me. All right, 10-7. He had other thoughts, too, right?
Oh, no, that's the one we had from Matt Steinman today from 10-7.
Oh, okay. Well, what else did you have?
We also had one from Jeff Darlington on ESPN Radio saying that Mike Vrabel is the best head coach in the NFL.
Wow. Oh, the ice cream man is here.
You know who the best coach in the NFL is? Mike Vrabel.
Really?
You could put him You could put him with any team, and he will get more wins from that team, no matter how. He'll get the most out of his players, I guess, is my point. If the Titans decided one day to fire Mike Vrabel, Jerry Jones should go get Mike Vrabel and make him the Cowboys head coach the following day.
Wow, Jeff Darlington, not that anybody really cares that much what he says, but the best coach in the NFL, Vrabel. I mean, most everybody would pick the best coach is Andy Reid. But then the best
Andy
coach,
Reid?
Yeah, the best coach
Belichick.
in the NFL is anybody who has Mahomes. No, Belichick's past his prime.
Oh, okay. Because Brady's gone? Now he's not a coach now?
No. Come on. Excellent point. No, the game has changed, and he no longer has the dominance defensively that he used to.
Oh, that's what it is.
And defense isn't important. The game has been I don't.
I mean, defense isn't important.
Not as it once was.
Oh, you're back to that again?
Yes, I'm back to that because the game has changed.
Defense is important, pal. I got
Not
bad
like
news
it used
for
to be. Not like it used to be. You better have a top offense. You got no chance. I would still have him probably. I'd probably be like 2. But it shows the limitations. He doesn't have the players he once had, and it makes it look like that he needed Brady more than Brady needed him.
Did you give your top 3 or 3?
No, we're doing that right now. Well, we had to wait because you were late bringing the ice cream.
Oh.
You know.
We had to wait.
It's nice of you. We have top 3 at 3. Do we have time for it, Pebble, or do we have one call that's all?
We can only do one call for the week. We've got about a minute and a half here.
One call, that's all.
Minute and a half.
We apologize to Sass, but I was over there today.
all.
Yeah, one call, that's all.
Just to recap our one calls from last weekend, Homer had Taylor Moore to win the Rocket Classic, so Homer could win his 60-1 bet. Didn't happen.
Nope.
Tony had
That's
Ricky Fowler in the
sad.
top 3 finish in the Rocket Classic. He won
Yes,
it,
sir.
I believe, or was close.
He won it.
And I had the Brewers sweeping the Pirates. I took 2 out of 3.
I have Bernard Langer winning the Senior Open. That's all. I got the Brewers taking 2 out of 3 over the Cincinnati Reds in the most exciting series of the season. What do you have, Hall of Famer?
I got Emiliano Grillo winning this week. John Deere, baby. Let's go.
And Pebble, what do you got?
I'm going to say that Christian Yelich will be named an All-Star prior to Tuesday's game as a replacement.
Oh, wow. Oh, replacement. I was going to say. He's not really going to get in. He's going to replace somebody.
Right, he didn't make it. They have larger squads now. I would have gone with that. I should have gone with that.
Wembanyama, debut tonight. Don't expect much. Who? Webby.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Webby.
Victor Wembanyama.
No, I thought you were talking about a musical group in Summerfest.
No.
All right.
Webby, playing tonight, baby. Debut for the Spurs Summer League.
Yelich will make the All-Star team. Excellent choice, Pebble. Can I say if somebody else is going to be right on the one call, that's all? Nope, because we're out of time. Sorry, Sazzes. We'll do 2 top 3 at 3 one day next week. Close, please.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. White people!
I will bet anybody.
I can't.